And it goes a little something like.
Hi everybody, thank you so much for tuning in into my channel and welcome back if you're a subscriber, or welcome if you're just a brand new person discovering this video. My name is Tidy Paola and I'm more than happy to have you here, and it will be greatly appreciated if you subscribe to my channel for more content. Quickly before starting this video, I would like to apologize for every single one of you guys for being absent for so long. A lot of things have changed, but I'm not going to go into details into this video. I want to make this a quick, sweet video, but very straightforward at the same time. So without further ado, let's just jump right into this video. The main reason why I'm making this video today is actually because I have a lot of friends. Some of them are single, some of them are in relationships, some of them are Christians, and some of them are not. And many of them actually tell me that I do know a lot about men and dating and all of that. So I was just like, you know what, let's spread this wisdom a little bit. Not that I'm bragging or thinking that I'm doing absolutely anything or that I'm better than anybody else or more experienced than anybody else, but I do have a marriage. I've been married for 3 years to my husband. Pictures that you can see in the back, and you know, we did date for 2 years before getting married as well. So we've been together for a total of 5 years, and obviously before I met my husband and before he met me, we were also we dated other people. So that kind of gave me a little bit of perspective of understanding, like, dating a little bit better, or you know, overall what things or characteristics to look into when actually you're looking forward to marriage or having a more stable relationship with this guy that you're looking for. So one of the main things that you need to take into consideration is that obviously I'm talking from the Christian perspective because I am Christian, but these are also characteristics that you should be looking as a whole. I guess many people have like different characteristics as well. Like, I mean, obviously your priorities are different, but as I think that these are still like interesting and good characteristics to make sure that your future husband or partner or boyfriend has them. Definitely, I think that this will be like a really helpful video to look into. So one of the first characteristics that I came up with 6 characteristics. So the first one is he a true Christian? One of the reasons why I said is he a true Christian is because professing the faith is a very simple thing. So for instance, for a guy to say, yes, I'm Christian, I go to church, this, that, and the third, it's really simple. But does he has what it takes to back that up? And one of those things is what church does he goes to, the years that he has in the church. And also, it's, again, professing the faith is very simple. By living on it, it's very different. So does this guy fast, prays, fellowship, has like fellowships, aka meaning he goes to church or reads the word of God? Are these things that he includes into his daily life? If he does, obviously it's a person that clearly is committed to look for God and actually grow in his relationship with him. But if he doesn't do these things, or just like at least fellowships or prays or involves God in his life or Jesus in his life, you really need to actually put that into perspective and say, are you really looking to grow in God? Like, are you really seeking God? If he is, amen, praise Jesus. But if he isn't, you really need to see that. And if for him to be Christian, or you are a Christian and you want a person, which very ideally is exactly what you should be looking for, a person that shares your same values, definitely look into if he does or he doesn't do this type of things. The second thing that I came up with was his relationship with his family. The reason why I think that this is really, really important, it's because you need to be able to see how he treats the people that are the most important for him. And the inner circle, the closest circle that this person will have will be ideally mom, dad, brothers, sisters, overall siblings, or anything like that. So if this person actually does not have a good relationship with this people that are the most important to in our lives, you should take that into consideration, because those are the people that are the most important and the closest to us. And if there isn't a good relationship, try to investigate the reason why. And I'm not trying to say like, oh my god, go oh my god, Detective Gadget or something. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. But try to really see both perspectives. Don't only go to the guy that you're dating or seeing or you're so interested in, because he could come to you with his perspective, with his side of the story, and that's great, that's valid. But you also need to hear the other people, meaning his mom, his dad, his siblings, or anybody else. Their opinions about him tells you a lot about who he is as a person and the traits of his personality that you might be able to deal with, and the ones that you might not be able to deal with. So you need to be objective, because at the end of the day, you need to be aware of the fact that this guy, you eventually and ideally will marry him, and the person that he is exactly the same person that you're going to marry. Obviously it's a person that will eventually change for good, you know, because you guys both gonna grow, but it's the same person in his essence. So, you know, if he is a person that does not get on very well with the people that he lives with, or are the closest to us, that is something that we also should take into consideration and actually see if he's a good guy for you or not. The third reason that I came up with is he a man of his word? And when I said this, I mean, is he on time? Is he responsible? Is he on time in the places, or when he says that he's gonna call, or in the places that he said that he's gonna be? Is he there? Meaning you can rely on him. You can trust in the things that he said. And this is really, really important. And I think I want to emphasize this a lot, because we come from a generation that, yeah, we can come up with a lot of excuses and everything is valid. But the thing is that not everything is valid. Your word should have value. And for instance, I emphasize into this a lot, because for instance, my grandma, she is a person that was born in the 40s. Okay, so my grandma's 70 something years old currently, thank God and praise the Lord. But the thing, something that I see that she values a lot is when you tell her you're going to do something, she's expecting you to be there, whether you're a girl or a guy, her family or not. She's expecting you to be there, because in her generation, your word had weight. So whatever you said that you were going to do, you better did. And that is something that our generation has lost, I think. Not that that makes you a bad person or anything. It's just that life happens, and sometimes we let life to happen too often, and that can make us look like, wow, I'm talking like I don't know how to talk, but that can make us that can actually let us be perceived as a person, or as people that, you know, are not as responsible or are not as committed to the person or to the thing that we said or that we care for. So we need to really look into that, because again, men, you should be able to rely on this guy, you should be able to rely on this man, and you should be able to know that this is a person that you're gonna play and you're gonna play the same game with, and you're gonna do life with. So you need to be able to know that when this guy says I am gonna be there, he is gonna be there. That when he says I am gonna do this, he is gonna do this. And you know, it's really simple. And especially in marriage, that many things, little or big things, actually can make big or small arguments, whatever. But marriage is really fragile, okay? So you need to have a person that actually you can trust, and that when they said this is not gonna happen again, this is going to like happen, I'm gonna change, I'm gonna do this, that, and third, whatever the context is of this conversation, that you could trust them because they are a person of their word. The fourth characteristic I came up with was see his circle. And the reason why I said see his circle is like, of course, his relationship with his family is important, absolutely, but also see the closest friendships that this man has. And the reason why that is super extra ridiculously important is because you are who you hang out with. I don't care whatever excuses sometimes we make up for this, you are the closest people you hang out with. If you are seeing this man hanging out with people that are not professing the same values that he is claiming that he has, maybe, just a big maybe, he shares his views and not the views that he's given you. So you need to see that into perspective. Also, this is because these people very likely are there before you. So for instance, in my husband's case, my husband has a group of friends that were there before me, and I love them and I respect them and I pray for them. Again, but these people grew up with my husband. So trust me, by the time that I met my husband when I was 19, and then by the time that I married my husband when we were 21, they've been with him for his entire life. Well, I was just there for 2 years, and I was obviously, and I discovered who my husband was, and I realized, and I love him, and I still do, obviously. But what I'm trying to say is the fact that I had to discover that many of these aspects they already knew, and I learned from them. Of my husband as well, because they were his closest circle. They still are his closest circle in terms of like friendships, and that is something that you need to see. If these are people that are not sharing the same values that your husband is, or that your partner is claiming that he has, look into that, because then he has something in common with them that he is not going to be able to have with you. So also, and this is really important, when I make this emphasis is because men are able to pretend and they are very good at it. And one of the reasons why I said this is because I remember my grandfather, God rest his soul, he said this to my grandma when they were after they were married for a couple of years and everything. And it's the fact that he said, and well, I'm Dominican, so the saying is in Spanish, but I will explain it to you guys. The thing is that he was saying, el que quiere enlazar no espanta, meaning the one that wants to tie does not, like you know, the person that actually wants to grab your attention is not going to do anything stupid to lose it, because they're interested in you. And you need to understand that the reason why men are able to do this is because men are naturally chasers. Like literally, they chase us and it's their duty, and that's fine, that's great. But the thing is, like, because they are able to do this and they are naturally programmed and designed by God to do this, they're gonna do whatever it takes to chase you, to get you, because they like you and they want you and they want to make sure that they get you. They're to play pretend because they want to get you, they want to get your attention, they want to get you. So that's something that you need to take into consideration. I'm so sorry if you see me guys looking to my viewfinder, it's because I am making sure that we are recording. Anyways, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of this, because men, no matter how good or how bad they are, you know, how human they are, they can't play pretend. They all do. They all have that ability. So do women, okay? Don't get me wrong, okay? Women have this ability as well. But men, again, as I just mentioned, they naturally chase us, they chase women, and you know, because they are chasers, they are able to do this and perform this ability way more and way better than us. The fifth characteristic I came up with is he an open person? The reason why I said is he an open person is because and this is because I've been married, and obviously I've been in relationships before. Men are not that talk active, women are. But the thing is that when you walk into marriage, communication is key. You need a person that you can talk to. You need a person that you could trust. You need a person that you could open yourself with and basically tell them everything, absolutely everything. about the things that bother you, about the things that make you happy, about the things that you like, about the things that you don't like. And even though men are not that talk active, you need to be able to find a partner that is willing to discuss these topics with you and that is willing to talk to you. It's not a person that's gonna shut you off or just gonna shut himself off and basically say like, okay, whatever, or anything that they want to come up to, or basically like ignore entirely that. Because again, a relationship a relationship is actually between the two of you guys, honestly. Like obviously God, but it's like you guys need to be able to talk to each other. You guys need to be able to express your ideas and emotions in a way that it's completely fine, that is safe to do, and that definitely you guys will feel secure with each other and will grow as individuals and also as a couple. And the last characteristic I came up with, and I left last because I also would like to emphasize into this. And I feel like, you know, again, this is a really short video, I guess, in comparison to others that I have made in the past, but I just want to make sure that you guys get like the main ideas of this, and I hope I'm getting this across. So the sixth characteristic is he consistent? And what I mean by that is, does he change jobs very often? Does he changes numbers, addresses, hobbies a lot? Because with this, what you're able to see is, again, his consistency, his level of responsibility overall, and you know who he is as a person, and traits of his personality. What I mentioned earlier, men are going to be the same guys that you were dating when they get married. They do not change. You just live with them. And you'll start seeing this aspects of their personalities that you were not able to see before, probably because ideally, and if you're a Christian woman, you don't get to live with them beforehand, before getting married, or you know, you don't get to that point until after you get married, ideally, if you are Christian. So that's the reason why I said check those traits that you are able to see, because those can be really red flags. But because when you guys get married, he has to be your provider, he has to be the head of this household, he has to be a person that cannot change, a person that is strong in the faith, a person that is strong in their beliefs, a person that is responsible, a person that can provide, a person that does not get like moved by things or circumstances easily. And the reason why you want a person like that is because it's not only about their physical strength, it's because of their spiritual strength. It's because of their human strength. Meaning spiritually, because their values, their beliefs are not going to be moved by very easily. But also it's because circumstances get tough, they're not going to change the person that they are. They are not going to be scared or run away from responsibilities, because life happens and life keeps on. If you have a guy that usually just changes jobs or changes, like basically that runs away from these responsibilities that are very normal, I guess, you need to see that, because there's a big red flag that sometimes, because we're in love, we don't want to see, or we just ignore, or we just don't know of. I don't know. But the thing is, like, you need to be able to see this, because again, this guy is going to be the same person you're going to marry, and you need to be able to rely on this man, not only spiritually and physically, but also financially. And if this person runs away from every single responsibility, that is a burden that is going to go not on the two of you guys necessarily, but only on one person. And it's the one that will take that responsibility and that can take that heat. But the thing is, like, the man is supposed to be able to handle and take this heat. Well, anyways, guys, that's it for me. I hope that this video was informational for you, that it was good for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be more than happy to have you here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.